Greetings and welcome, people. Beautiful mid-April day. Spring is here. We're going to be here for a little while before the rainy weather comes back, but let's enjoy what we've got. A little while ago I was watching a Richie Vida vlog on YouTube, and he basically discussed the things he hates about his bike. So I thought I'd do the same. And I'm going to be frank and honest about the whole affair. And that frankness and honesty leads me to say I don't hate anything about my bike. Nothing at all. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. See you again next time. Bye for now. Okay. Yes, I suppose I could be a little bit more forthcoming than that. We ride along Bognor seafront here. Unfortunately you can't see the sea at the moment. But I'll stand by my initial statement. I don't hate anything about my bike. I've had this bike 20 years now. And I honestly do think there is nothing to hate about it. There are probably things other people might hate about this bike, but for me personally, I love my bike. But it doesn't mean I am blind to things that I would like to improve if that were possible. First thing that I would like to improve about this bike, if I could do so, if I had the money and if such things were available, would be to improve the headlight. It's well known amongst the Triumph Trophy community that the Mark I trophies, that this one is a model of, with its single, people normally call it a rectangular headlight, but it's actually an inverted trapezoid, is not particularly great at its only job effectively is to illuminate the road in front of you, and it doesn't do that particularly well. Now, I struggled for years with different types of bulbs, different halogen bulbs, Philips, xenon whites and things like that, and nothing really improved the situation. I don't think it's so much that the light is essentially bad, it's just not the best example going. Oh, excuse me. Now, I know some people have, even with the later trophy with the twin headlights, have gone the route of HID, high intensity discharge lamps, which, yes, I had considered that as an option. But one of the problems with this particular model of trophy is that the alternator is not a particularly high output model. It's only a 25 amp alternator. So one of the other factors of improving the light output was to do so while hopefully at the same time reducing the current demand of the headlight. Luckily, in the last few years, LED bulbs have come on in leaps and bounds. I did try initially some of the cheaper ones, which weren't very good, which actually that's possibly a subject for another vlog. But then more recently I did decide to spend a little bit more money, buy a better model of LED light bulb, headlight bulb, and I think that is possibly as good as it's going to get without spending serious amounts of cash on HID and things like that. I will do a nighttime ride vlog at some point to get an idea of what the latest bulbs looks like. I did do a nighttime ride of a previous bulb, but that wasn't very good. I think this one might be better, so hopefully in the next few days maybe I'll get an evening nighttime ride done on some unlit roads which will demonstrate the bulb. So yes, improve the headlight. I have seen it's possible to get some custom dual headlight units. I saw Del Boy put one on a Street Fighter bike that he's building, which actually does have 2 units, and it's quite a compact unit. But that would mean basically coming up with a reshaping for the front end of the bike because it wouldn't fit in the existing aperture. So that's for another project, I think. So another thing I would like to improve if I could, but I don't think it's going to happen, is to make the engine sound a bit smoother, a little less agricultural. People quite often say these trophy engines, or the early Triumph engines, sound like tractors. I wouldn't go so far as to say that bad, but they have definitely got a much more mechanical sound to them than, say, Hondas or Suzuki's or Kawasaki's. And that is basically because of the internals of the engine. Triumph decided that they would, when they started designing the relaunch bikes for Triumph, that they would reduce the chance of serious mechanical failure by using square cut gearing. And square cut gearing does make more noise than helical cut gearing. It's just a simple fact. So that's not going to change. So I've done what I can about the headlight. I can't really do much about the engine noise, so I just live with that. It's fine when it's running. It's only on tick over that it really does sound unpleasantly noisy, but it has done for the last 20 years, so I'm not probably at this point going to worry too much about it. Ow. And one other item that I would change if I could is the top heaviness of this model of bike. Again, it comes down to the basic simple spine frame design with a large water jacketed oil cooled engine with a 25 litre fuel tank stuck right on top. So the weight distribution is, or the centre of gravity is quite high up. I thought I'd come this way to try and avoid the traffic. Yeah, that's not going to happen, is it? Let's carry straight on. Oh, through on the amber. So yeah, that's sort of a complete rebuild of the whole bike, which would basically mean it's a different bike. I'm not going to be able to do anything about the weight distribution either. So, and as it is my philosophy to not worry about things that I can't do much about, and only do something about things that annoy me if I can do something, that's why I don't hate anything about my bike. As I say, I'm not claiming it's perfect, far from it. But it is my bike. Like I say, I've had it for 20 years now. So you basically just get used to the things that aren't good. You update and upgrade what you can. The brakes are pretty good. And I mustn't go down there because that's a dead end, and I've been down that road a few times and had to turn around and come back. I'm sure that road used to come through here until they closed it off. Oh yeah, there we go. I'd like one other thing, the mirrors. Yes, I would like the mirrors to be a little more useful. I mean, at the moment I can use about the outer half or so, half 50-60% of the I hope those seagulls don't shit as they're going over me. The outer 50-60% of the mirrors, they don't vibrate, they're good in that regard. It's just the positioning. If those stems were half to an inch longer, then I think the mirrors would be 70 to 80% usable and would be a lot better. So, anything else? I'd like a gear indicator. And that is something I can do something about. But not with a proper electronic one. It would have to be one of these ones that works off magnets and sensors mounted on the gear shift lever somewhere. So that's possible, but would take probably some time and a little bit of engineering to set up properly. Not this, I could do it, but I would be loath to put in that money. It's about 20 quid for a magnet sensor gear change indicator. Ooh, there's the Lamb, very nice pub, recommend it. And the time as well of setting it up, getting it set just right so that you don't get false gear change indications. Like I say, I'm sure it can be done, but later bikes obviously had the rev counter and the speedo driven electronically. This one's got a mechanical speedo driven off the front wheel, which is why you can't use the later electronic gear change gear position indicators. So, anything else? Proper fuel gauge would be nice. That isn't going to happen either, unless I take the tank and wiring off of a later trophy which did have a fuel gauge. I suppose that's doable. But then we're getting away from my overarching philosophy towards this bike, which is possible, original where possible. Keep it original, make it as original as possible. Yes, I know some of the stuff I've changed on it is no longer original, like the braided brake hoses and the front brake discs, but they're functional upgrades, not just, oh, I don't like the look of these ones, I'm going to put these ones on. Money I spend on this bike has to serve a purpose, not just be aesthetic. Obviously, tyres have been replaced from time to time, chain and sprockets have been replaced from time to time. That's all normal consumables. And here we are at the destination. Somebody else out on the bike. Go and get a cup of coffee and a pastry. Why not? Why not? I think we're okay there. Oh dear. Batteries run out on that one. Never mind. That wasn't a bad cup of coffee and a Slice of chocolate chip shortbread, very nice too. Got the wrong coffee at first, but soon sorted that out. Now, I think just to head home is only a, oh dearie me, hippity hop. Not a very pleasant piece of road at all. Okay, now then, yeah, it's nice down here, Pagham, very nice little seaside area. The posh region of Bognor Regis. I don't even think people who live in Pagham like to be associated with Bognor, but it's part of Bognor and that's that. So to get back to the original discussion or talk, yes, I've had this bike 20 years. Basically, it's very nearly one of the family. I think I've said before that my children claim that this is my favourite child. No, it's not. I always muck about like that. They say, do you like the bike more than you like us? And I always sort of go, well, no, not really. Obviously not. Yes, I would be very upset if anything was to happen to this bike, if it was to be stolen or damaged, or if some catastrophic failure was to occur that would, be beyond my financial resources to fix. Although there are plenty of used trophy engines out and about. Maybe get one with fewer miles on it. I can't imagine it would be that difficult to swap an engine. It's just a matter of having the grunt to shift the darn thing. But yes, that's it. I don't hate anything about my bike. There are things that I would improve if it were possible and if I had the funds. And that's it. So this time, that really is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope the audio is better. I'm actually utilising an additional sound recording device to try and get some more of the exhaust tone. Because although this bike has got standard exhausts on it, they do sound quite nice. Bugger. I did not want to get stuck behind that lorry. And I didn't. Oh, yeah, blimey. Buffet massage from Flipping Road. Good grief. I'm driving tanks along here or something. Yeah, so as I say, thank you for watching, and I will end this video for posting here, unless anything amazingly exciting happens on the way home. Bye for now. Oh no. Red light. What is this person doing? Trying to do a 3-point turn at a traffic light.
Yep, 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 yep.
You too.